Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's December, which is, I just can't even wrap my head around it. If you told me that it was July, I'd be like, okay. It's crazy. These days are just running together. It's nuts. And we're kind of wrapping up the year. Hopefully you guys sent out your invoices on December 1st so you can get paid and close out your books for 2020. Give me a thumbs up if you had a good year, if you maybe met your revenue goal, exceeded your revenue goal. Did you set a revenue goal? Let me know, because we like to set goals so that we can laser in and hopefully achieve those goals. And actually, it's kind of funny. Speaking of goals, I had my 2021 planning session with my integrator, Miranda. She also serves as our community manager, customer service. If you've ever had a question, Miranda likely got in touch with you and with a reply and giving you what you need. And we were talking yesterday about setting goals for 2021, and we kind of talked about a revenue goal. Hi, Mo. Thanks for being here. Mo, your name came up yesterday. You're going to get an email from us. We have a big favor to ask of you. But anyway, we set this goal, and Miranda told me that we, meaning she and I, think of goals differently. And she said she bases goals on numbers, like facts and figures, and what's like a reasonable, oh dear. No, it's good. It's good. You're going to like it. What's a reasonable percentage of growth? So I targeted a revenue goal that's pretty, it's a stretch, but if I just looked at my numbers and I said, well, let's aim for 20% growth. You guys have heard me talk about quantum growth before. This is one of those instances where I was like, we're not looking at a percentage of increased revenue year over year. I want to look at our revenue goal in terms of people. How many people do we want to serve? How many people need our support? Oh, hey, thanks. It's my tiger. What kind of print is this? I don't know, zebra or tiger or something. But we're talking about goals. And I wanted to target people so that we could say, if we helped 150 people this year, and you're going to talk about 20% growth, that's only adding, another 30 people next year. And that's not what I'm looking to do. I want to reach much more people than that. So when I put it that way, she was like, your goal seems completely reasonable. I get it. And then she told me that when we first started working together and we had a launch and I set a goal, she thought, well, that's a crazy goal. That's insane. And I don't think we're going to hit it. And we didn't hit it. But we showed up to the debrief meeting. And I was like, she thought that I was going to be furious and, be like, we didn't meet our goal. What went wrong? And she said, I don't even remember this, but she said, I showed up with confetti. And I was like throwing the confetti like, yay, we did it. We had our biggest launch ever. And I'm so happy. And she was like, really? You're not upset we didn't meet our goal? And I said, no, look at what we did. We pushed ourselves. We thought big. We set a big target and we worked towards that target. And imagine if we had just said, let's increase revenue 10% over the last launch. Like, we would have missed out on really going for it and being able to reach more people. And I was just so happy that we had our best launch ever. We added so many new members to our community and our programs, and I was thrilled. And she was like, I get it now. Hi, Angel. She's like, I get you now. I get what it is you're aiming for. So totally off topic with this holiday promotion for clients, but setting goals, I do it in my agency too. I do it in the agency so that I know what I'm targeting. And then how many clients you need to secure and at what rate, based on how much you want to work, how much revenue you want to bring in, how much profit, how many team members you think you need to support you. So we actually talk about all of that in the Agency Accelerator. That's our signature program for how you launch, grow, and scale a profitable agency. And Natasha's in there. I don't know who else is on. Mo, are you in the Agency Accelerator or just the Pitch Lab? I'm trying to remember. I think you're in both. But that's one of the very first things we do is in the strategy pillar of the program, we talk about setting goals, because you don't land at a multiple 6 or 7 figure agency just like hoping. Like, let's hope. You're in both. I had a feeling you were. That's why you're crushing it. And Agency Accelerator Plus. Yeah, so that is our brand new coaching, community, mentorship, and accountability add-on for Agency Accelerator. Awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, I knew you were in both of those, actually, now that you mention it. So that's what we do. We're doing that in Agency Accelerator Plus. We're giving you accountability partners. We're setting goals. We asked you to set your goals. Mo, I know you set a goal. So yeah, you don't get there unless you know what your target is, and you don't even get close, and you don't even push yourself. And I know Natasha mentioned she's looking for motivation right now, and that's why she's here today. And I also want to say the flip side of it is pay attention to, how you feel, your body, what your body needs from you. Angel is asking, when will your accelerator be opening again? Send us a DM. Miranda will get in touch with you. Okay. So you can send it to the generation page, like on this page. Anyway, so yes, we will find a way to help you. But anyway, so set a goal, but also don't kill yourself. And if you don't meet the goal, it doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean you failed. Look at how much you pushed yourself. Awesome. Okay, great. Look at how much you pushed yourself and what you were able to accomplish by aiming high. And, you may not land on that target, but it's going to be a lot better than if you didn't set a great goal for yourself. And now Miranda knows that I don't look at revenue in terms of revenue. I look at our business and growth in terms of you guys. It's people. How can we find more people that need us? How can we serve more people that need us? So when you look at it like that, it's about, the more people, the more revenue we bring in means we're having a bigger impact. So how big of an impact can we make next year? That's the way I think about it. And back onto this topic, total sideways chat, but I just love the idea of setting goals. And actually, an Agency Accelerator Plus early next year, our very first call is going to be all about 2021 goals. We're going to walk through it and do it together. So get ready for that, Natasha and Mo, and hopefully Angel will get you in. But with regard to serving clients over the holidays, how you could promote them, a lot of what I'm going to share with you right now is, we're trying to create content here that will be evergreen. So somebody may find this in July of next year, 2021, and be like, okay, now's the time to start planning. So some of this should have already been in the works. But since the community asked us how we can help clients with holiday, I'm going to go back and say what we could have done, but also where we are now and what we can do with the time left this year. One of the very first things that you should be doing with your clients is sitting down early and helping them identify their goals for the holiday season. Start early with them. Give yourself, long lead stuff for holiday gift guides. We talk about in like July. So if their goal for long lead gift guides is, getting featured in print, you need to have these conversations early. But it also shows your clients you're thinking about them, taking care of them. They may not even be thinking about these things, and you might get that ball rolling so that you can have a very concerted effort for holiday promotions. You're going to be thinking about long lead gift guides and short lead gift guides. There are still opportunities for short lead gift guides. There are different kinds of outlets that could be featuring your clients' products. So think about the kinds of customers you want to reach, and where they're going to be reading, connecting, all of those things, so that you can start to plan your angles, you see what products or holiday, we have like special holiday gift sets that our clients put together. So if we know that those are coming, we can start to plan what is our promotional strategy for getting them in as many gift guides that are going to reach their target audience as possible. I'm going to mention right now one of the members of all of our programs, actually, the Pitch Lab, Agency Accelerator, and Agency Accelerator Plus, Elaine Marshall, just shared with us last week that one of her clients, it's a company with scones, like very high-end scones that are very giftable, based on what we, kind of talked about strategically a couple months back in the Pitch Lab. She was able to get her clients in the Good Housekeeping holiday gift guide for Seven Sisters scones. I think, yeah, she's killing it, okay? And the really cool thing that she shared with us just yesterday, did I say that little thing? I did. She said it just keeps getting better. Remember the Good Housekeeping placement that Seven Sisters Scones got? The writer of that piece is going live on the Today Show on Wednesday, December 9th, and is including the scones to feature in her holiday gift guide. Pinch me. So think about that. That was a long lead opportunity that fed into a short lead, national broadcast, kind of came from the same pitch, kind of came from planning early. So look at what can come from that. I mean, her clients should be like bowing down at her feet, because that is an absolutely incredible result. She is awesome. And so thinking ahead like that and knowing what your clients have coming down the pipeline allowed Elaine to pitch early for this December gift guide in Good Housekeeping, which is huge circulation, really broad audience, and then now the Today Show national broadcast, which is, I mean, I'm like, you have to submit for the winning pitch vault. So we also have a winning pitch vault in the Pitch Lab where we share pitches, the actual text of the pitch, how it went down, and the resulting press, because we want to give our members an inside look at what pitches are actually converting. That's one of the biggest things we get asked. So she will be sharing for the winning pitch vault, which is exciting. But that's what happens when you plan early. So I know we're past that right now, but think about it for next year. Jump in, summertime, start to chat with your clients about what they have in the works, any special gift sets, promotions, plan your strategy. So you want to come up with these unique pitch angles for whatever they want to promote during the holidays. And you can also get them to start thinking about maybe they're going to be doing sales or discounts. And if they're not planning that already, start to plant the seed and say, have you thought about this? So that comes into play with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, which we just saw. Raise your hand if you spent so much money this last weekend, hopefully with small shops like Natasha's small business that she's also running. But like this buying frenzy of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we got a lot of press for clients around their seasonal promotions. Those are planned in advance. So you need to tell your clients to start thinking of those. My husband and I had super funny texts going back and forth about what, we like made a list of what we needed and we waited to, get them when they were on sale. Oh, Natasha behaved. Good girl. We didn't around here. We ended up buying like trip vouchers to give away as, hopefully people can travel again soon, but local, like, what do they call it? Staycations, Terranea in the Palos, Rancho Palos Verdes, great resort. That was like something that was like a really good deal. And so we like to thank a bunch of people in our world. We bought a bunch of gift certificates and started giving them out. And so that's really fun. But that's something that has to be planned in advance. So you need to find out from your clients or help them plant the seed, because the more prepared in advance you are with what their promotions are going to be, the earlier you can pitch, the better armed you are with a bunch of different ideas. So one of the things you can let them know right now is last minute gift guides is going to be a big opportunity between now and like December 23rd. Jane. Hi, Jane. Tyranny is awesome. We actually did buy a certificate for ourselves too. Ocean View room. Bought local small companies. That's awesome. We tried to do that too. But expedited shipping, if your clients have that, you can pitch for short lead gift guides, because that's what's going to kind of make those pitches appealing right now, is can they get the gifts in hand before Christmas? Whether or not we're able to see our families this year for the holidays, I don't know. It depends where you live. In LA, we are encouraged to not see our families. Yes, they had a deal, 50% off Ocean View room. I'm so excited. So we're gonna go take advantage of that. But yeah, they had like 50% off an Ocean View room and then 50% off a suite. Super good deal. Anyway, I think like our credit card was flagged for fraud because we bought so many of these certificates for like our team and whatnot. It was a good deal. But let's see. So I'm sorry. I should have mentioned it sooner. But working expedited shipping into your holiday strategy. And if your clients haven't thought about that right now, the press opportunity in the trade-off for the amount they're going to have to pay to ship things out in an expedited way is worth it sometimes to mention to them that they should really think about adding that, so that you can pitch last-minute holiday gift guides. And then after that, it's e-gift certificate. So if your clients have a way to deliver an e-gift certificate, that's another thing that starts to get promoted on like the 23rd, right? Like, can you get a gift certificate in someone's hands by Christmas? So that's another thing to think about. So the other thing is that we actually had an entire masterclass discussion on holiday gift guide pitching in the Pitch Lab. So if you're in the Pitch Lab, and I know several of you were on that call that are here right now, that is in your members area. So that's there, and we did talk about this short lead, quick turnaround stuff, how to find people that are hosting gift guides, different media contacts. So that's in the Pitch Lab, one of the master classes. So do we have a link to... let me just look really quickly if you want to learn more about it. That program is open. I'm just going to put it here. The Pitch Lab. I think it went through. So, and anybody who's here that's in there, like Jane, Natasha, Mo, I don't know who else is here. Oh, Angel, you just joined us, didn't you? Yes. Let us know, thoughts on that program, and if you've been able to use those strategies we talked about in that masterclass. And the last thing that I'll mention is there is this really incredible summit. So Crosby Norix at PR Couture is somebody that is super dialed into the PR world. Many of you are in her group. She has another Facebook group. And she has been just such a great ally for me, and, running my business we've been sort of paralleling each other for like 14 years or something. And she's really dialed into this PR world. She's launching her first ever Power Moves Summit. I'm going to put a link here. It's December 11th, insanely affordable, a one-day summit where she is going to help, and her members, or I guess the guest expert panels, are going to create irresistible client and media pitches, position your services and expertise to better align with your strengths, and upgrade your mindset for total career domination. And it's going to be a great opportunity to interact with other members of our PR community. So that's the Power Move Summit. I love the name. It's so good. It's so compelling. And Jane is saying she found me through Crosby. That's awesome. Yeah, Crosby is so smart and so awesome and great, and just always thinking about ways to, just like I do, we talk all the time about like, how can we make this community better and make the resources available for PR professionals better. She promotes my programs, and she asked me to promote Power Moves, and I was like, absolutely. So, Crosby's really always thinking about how to make people have more success in their PR careers. I'm more focused on, I think, getting you to think about doing your own agency, how to run your agency, and then educating on like how to actually do PR. Crosby has some of that, and they're going to focus on that in this Power Move Summit, but she's also really focused on helping people get jobs as publicists at other agencies or working as a freelancer. So pretty complimentary. So she's awesome. And again, if you're really looking to up level your pitching skills, provide insanely incredible service to your clients in PR, or adding PR as a service to your existing service-based business, like if you're a virtual assistant, you're a social media manager, you do other marketing, digital marketing, PR is a very high profit margin service that you can add for your clients. It's a monthly retainer type model. That's what I teach you guys how to pivot to. And so we teach all of that in the Pitch Lab, which is a really incredible community that goes along with it. So I'll stay on for a minute. I love this part because some of you have been actually taking me up on this and posting questions. Post a question in the comments if you have any questions whatsoever, anything you're struggling with your clients, or questions you have, or questions about 2021, questions about our programs, anything. I'll stay on for a minute. You guys are popping off. I see that. But I know a few of you are still here, so I'll stay on. Or you can let me know what you did for Thanksgiving. We did absolutely nothing. I got my new oven. I'm so excited. I've baked more in the last week than I have in the last decade, pretty much. Everything's coming out perfect in this oven. I've been making sourdough bread. I've been making chocolate chip cookies. I made this like really incredible pasta bake. I got my new oven. I did. Yay. I'm so excited. I got an oven and range. It's so awesome. I'm so happy that it's here. The only problem is we're having an issue with the hood. So you need like a hood to suck all the grease and the smells out. And it also sucks the heat. So this oven isn't cooling down very fast because there's no hood right now. The ductwork isn't fitting. So we have to jerry rig this, like, it's called a damper. So it's like this thing where the flaps go up and it sucks the air out of the house. And we're waiting for a part to come to like weld this aluminum thing together so in the meantime, there's no hood. So everything I'm cooking, the entire house smells like it. But yesterday that was fun because it was sourdough bread and the house smelled amazing. And then I baked chocolate chip cookies on Saturday. My parents came over and I made dinner for them. Mom, if you're watching, hi. And they waited patiently while I baked, this French onion soup pasta bake. Creamy French onion soup pasta bake. It's insane. I'm going to post the recipe here because it's that good. I bet you I can find it. I bet you I can find it really fast, but it was really good. It's like lights out, like rich, but my dad was like, this is really good. Creamy. Here, that's the recipe. Make it. We did it without mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms, but that is like the yummiest. And what else have I made from Half Baked Harvest? I did this. She has this ramen recipe that's like amazing. I did it in the Instapot, and you guys, I don't know what I'm missing about the Instapot. I hate this thing. Facebook Live my cooking. I did pictures and stills, and my social media team is like, that's the best content you've put out. Was like making, what did I make? Oh, a tart, like an apple tarte tatin, that was from actually that same Half Baked Harvest, Tegan. That was my best content I've put out, and then people really liked this French onion soup pasta bake. I'm not like a cook or a chef, just very amateur. I do not, Natasha, I do not understand the allure of this Instapot. So I made this ramen, And then it said to do the instant release. So you do the steam release. This thing sprayed boiling hot, gross, greasy ramen all over my cabinets and my ceiling. Like everywhere. This thing was like shooting up, and I was like, do I put a towel over it? Like, how do you do instant release on the Instant Pot and not have the boiling hot contents spraying all over your cabinets? I was like, what the hell am I doing wrong here? So everything I've made in there, oh my God, it was a hot mess. And I was on the cabinets, like on my kitchen counters, scrubbing the cabinets down. And it was like this tomato curry based. So my house smelled for like a week. The soup came out great, but the Instapot, I'm like, I'll stick it in the slow cooker. I don't understand. Like, it just is not great. I don't understand the allure. And a lot of the dishes I've made with chicken, the chicken is like dry and rubbering. Mine, I don't know. And I can cook anything in any device. I've got a lot of gadgets. It was a hot mess. But the slow cooker, that's my jam. I can just dump a bunch of stuff in, and like 8 hours later, it's dinner. And everything comes out great. But this Instapot, I'm like, I know it's this magic thing, but it's not working out for me. Okay. So Mo is saying, I don't know if this is a plus question. She's referring to Agency Accelerator Plus, which is the coaching component. Oh God, my ears are ringing. Ugh. Chicken broth when making chicken. Yeah, I don't know. Don't mess with. Yeah, it's a mess. Okay, so back to the real questions. My partner is playing devil's advocate, mainly probably to give me confidence, but he is on this whole thing that no brand or business will pay a high. What? No brand or business will pay a high retainer? Is he kidding me? And I about lost it. I told him what PR is and how PR and digital media services are valuable, but he isn't buying it. My question is, how do I navigate that? CEO Mo mode. I love that. I am so confused. Is he kidding me? What other services are you providing where he thinks that PR is not, so it sounds like you're not pricing that service out right now. It's going to be like an add-on or something. That's insane to me. We have a couple really good pitches out right now in the baby and kids space. Yeah, dude, have him check into our content because that's insane. We have a couple pitches out in the baby and kids space. One brand I talked to told us that they have $100,000 budget for 6 months. Seems like a good budget to me. There was another brand that had a budget up to $9,500. Seems pretty good. That's a nice retainer. And then another brand is an old client, which I love these stories. An old client that's like, we made a mistake. We want to come back. We're working it out with our corporate, our parent company. TBD, stay tuned. And that retainer is 5-figure plus, nice, juicy budget. So I don't get it. I don't understand. She says, I want to have PR services be the main service at $2,500, and he is not buying. Yeah, and not buying anyone will pay that. That is insane. I told him about you, and I was like, Jen had someone I did have a $25,000 retainer, and he's a penny pincher. $25,000 retainer was actually not even for PR. That was social media, which for us is typically a lower priced service, but that was a $1 billion client that's currently filing bankruptcy. So we lost them at the beginning of COVID. But I promise you that is what, next. It sounds like a nightmare. And honestly, and Lindsay's saying $100,000 for 6 months. Yes, please. Yeah, we were surprised. And that came about because we asked them, what's your budget? What's your budget? And they told us, like, we wouldn't have known if they didn't tell us. And so that gets us to a place where we're able to, bankruptcy. It's big, national news that client filed bankruptcy. But before that, they were for many, 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 many years paying that retainer. And it was really good. But she is saying that he's a penny pincher. That's his issue. Why would he put his money mindset onto clients? And a lot of you guys price your service. I'm so glad you asked this question. A lot of you guys price your services that way of what seems expensive, what sounds expensive. Well, that sound expensive to a client because it sounds expensive to you. But that's your issue. That's his issue. A penny pincher? Ugh. It's the worst kind. It's like, there was somebody else here that posted, I had a $99 promotion, you guys, for Black Friday. I don't know if any of you bought it. Hopefully the names that are here didn't, and I'll tell you why. All of you, it was a beginning promotion. It was a beginner promotion to really give people inspiration to start thinking about PR as a service, how to start PR as a freelancer, a PR business, how to find their first 5 clients. So it was a very beginning offer. But we bundled together some of our programs that sell for like, $297, $497, and we put it together in like a jump start. $99, you guys, $99. And somebody posted that they needed to see some of our videos so that they could tag their partner in their business so that they could understand what I do, what I teach, who I am, so that they could have a discussion about this $99 investment in their business to add PR services to their marketing agency. They're already successful digital marketing agency. $99 was a full-on partnership discussion where they needed proof that, this was what it is that we're offering. Like, if you're struggling to invest, and all of you on here, Lindsay, Mo, Natasha, you guys are investing in yourselves. All of you are in the programs. Jane, who was on here, I don't know if she's still here, but Angel, all of you are investing in yourselves. Like, you cannot be cheap about that. Money does not flow to you when you have that mindset. The more that my husband and I are generous with people that support us in our businesses, with investing in ourselves, in investing in our education, in professional training, in tools and resources to make our businesses better, the more we're doing that, the more we are more like money is energy and it flows, the more that flows to us. I'm not kidding you. That is what we experience. And if you are like swirling away, I discussed agency accelerator. Jane, we have a lot of conversations about our cats. She said, I discussed agency accelerator with the cats and they gave their approval. I'm so glad. I'm sure you mentioned Harley and they were like, oh, well, she has a cat, so definitely give her money. Yeah, so she said, I eventually told him, I think it was in the second stack of the accelerator, and I was like, a tier situation is possible, but like 2,500 is super doable, especially with the contacts that we have access to. I pitched a TV network. We're working on a meeting for my client after the holidays, and I was like, that is priceless. Yes, that is priceless. If they had to pay for that access or pay for that result, it would not be $2,500. And that's one result in 1 month that you're getting for them. Probably other things that month as well. No, you guys, that is $2,500 is on the low end. And I teach that in the program. Like that's, what do we say? We don't get out of bed for less than $2,500 a month. Anything less than that, it ends up being not worth it. It ends up because the people that pay less also have money issues. The brands that pay less also are like penny pinching, and they're, what did you call him? A penny pincher. Yeah. And they are all over you because they're like, how are you spending your time? Because I'm spending all this money. They think it's a lot of money. The brands that pay us the most completely 100% leave us alone because they trust their decision. They know they're paying for the best. They know they're paying for exceptional service, and they trust you. And they're like, cool, great. So I promise you, when you have that mindset of being a penny pincher, I don't know what to tell you, Mo. I think this is not where like the partner isn't aligned. Maybe you just have to show him confidently, pitching out your services at the rate that you want to secure, and just show him. And once you set your rate, that's your new rate. So we had Candace Melamed, who's just incredible. She has a beauty PR firm and represents some of the top physicians that are like brands, these doctors that are the top in their field, that are on TV all the time. She has like the top cosmetic dentist, the top cosmetic dermatologist. She's amazing, okay? And she came to us broken, burnt out, stressed out, ready to walk away from it all. Completely like Jen. I don't even know if you need to talk to me because I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. And I was like, don't be done. We're going to salvage this. And we worked through all of her numbers, and she had not been, she had been in business for probably 11 years and had never raised her rates. Never. Because she was like, well, it seems high. I don't think anyone's going to pay more than this. And I was like, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. So we pushed her to charge clients what value she brings to them. Offer the service for what the value is that she is bringing to clients. And it ended up being, I don't want to say she tripled her rates, but 2.5x'd her rate. And that's her new rate. And she's just like, I ask for it and I get it. And it's not a problem. So you have to put it out there and show him that it is super doable. And she said, yeah, I saw boutique PR firms are charging $2,000 to $6,000. $2,500 ain't Plus, he was talking about hourly. No. And she said, I threw my phone. Good. No, do not. You guys do not get into hourly work. Yeah, I guess he needs to see to believe. But that shouldn't be your job. You guys have to be aligned on that. 2021 motto. I don't know if that's no hourly. 2,500 ain't. Yeah, maybe that's the motto, Natasha. But I'm so glad to hear you guys are, going through the training and you're listening to the things that I'm talking about, because I think a lot of this is just this mindset, like he's in his own way. And he is not going to get in your way. Like nothing can get in your way right now, Mo. You are like a freight train with momentum. So if this person is standing in your way and slowing down your momentum, yeah. Good, Natasha. I love it. Said exactly like that. Anyway, Mo, I'm just, I don't want to like get in your partnership. Oh, hell no. I will fight him. Fist fight. Yeah, you are with the momentum of a freight train right now. And, anybody that's going to like second guess you or slow you down is not really building up your business. So, think about that. But, I think you just have to show him this is what we got. It's all happening, because $2,500 for PR services is on the low end. It's on the very, very low end. Anything less than that, you're talking about an hourly situation or a freelancer or a project-based thing, which are like three things that I won't even consider. I can hear my son reading in school right now, his little cute voice. So yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question. Does anybody have any other questions? And Mo, I am going to expect a follow-up on this. You're going to have to fill us in on what happens when you put that price out there, what happens when you have a follow-up discussion with your partner. But you can even say, I am a freight train and I have all the momentum and you're slowing me down. So you're either with me or get out of my way. That's what I would say. Anyway, we talked a lot about a lot of things today. Setting goals, holiday promotions, last minute holiday gift guide stuff, and now setting your rates. And this also ties into 2021 budgets, because think about it. If you want to make, I don't know, whatever, $10,000 a month, I just need this year to wrap up. I know we're all feeling that way. Yeah, we're so close. We're so close. But if you want to make $10,000, that's 4 clients. Or if you charge $1,000, that's 10 clients. Which would you rather have, 4 clients or 10 for the same amount of money? I don't want to work that much harder. I will fully let y'all know the tea. He has his own business, so it's just weird. I think he thinks he wouldn't pay $2,500 for PR, so no one would. Well, he's dead wrong. And I'm happy to show you my FreshBooks that we have not had anybody pay $2,500 for PR. 6-figure year 2021 coming to me. Yes, it sure is. Yeah, like, no, that's not okay that he doesn't believe it. That's his own mindset limiting your business, and that's not going to work for you. But I love this positivity. And Natasha, you've got to back into your numbers and think about, what that 6-figure year looks like for you, because it's 100% literally like right in your grasp. You just need to think about what it's going to take and how we attract those clients into your business. So, yeah, that's what I have for you today. I shared a lovely recipe with you that is super easy to make and really delicious. Just take the mushrooms out because mushrooms are disgusting. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, we talked about a lot of things today. I love this audience so very much. If you have questions, I know Angel is considering Agency Accelerator. Just reach out to our team. We have a coaching call next week on the Pitch Lab, our Pitch Lab, Pitch Lab next week, and then Agency Accelerator Plus is the following week. Yes. Okay, cool. No other questions. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for jumping on live. And you guys are my hype women. Angel, do it. Today is my strategy day. Thank you always, Jen. Thanks for being here. Always feels great to have you show up. And I always notice it's the members of our community that are in our programs that show up for more. And I just want to honor your commitment to yourself and your business and being such a active and important part of our community. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.